What's up, YouTube? Student Survival here. Today I'm going to bring you my personal EDC bag and its contents. I've had this in a video beforehand, and I said I was going to do a review on it, and I've had it for a little while now, and so far so good. I'm pretty happy with it. First off, this is an external pouch. This bag itself is a pretty basic Molle Deployment Bag. It just has two main compartments in here and two small ones on the side. It fits my needs perfectly, whether I'm in the car or at work or just out and about. It just has the basics in it for myself and my own personal needs. And now let's get started. Alright, had to relocate for better sound quality purposes. First, on the outside here, I just have a can of Fox Defense spray. It's just quickly accessible. I'd rather, have some non-lethal defense options at hand first. Heaven forbid something happens and I need it. So I just have this can of mace on the outside, quick and ready. Secondly, I have this little, I forget what brand it is, just a little pin light, just to have a quick accessible light. I use this actually pretty frequently when I'm at home or if I'm outside messing with stuff. Like I said, this is an EDC, so I have this with me all the time. And then also on the outside here, I guess you could consider it the outside, I have this little cheap pouch that I got at a yard sale a few years ago, and I used to keep this in my bag, but I figured it'd be better off here on my EDC. I don't know, this doesn't have like a name brand on it or anything. It's kind of just a nameless pouch that does its job. It has this cheap little strap on it. I just have it through this second little loop here where I could store a marker or something. And I figure that in the worst case scenario, and I have to carry this, in an emergency situation, I'd rather just clip this to my side. Because what this has in it is it's kind of like its own little personal kit. So real quick here, I just have a bandana in the front, but I have some water purification tablets, a box of matches, excuse me, a little basic tool, screwdriver and such, right in the rain pad, pen and pencil, a little box cutter, razor, some dry tinder, some like dry hay. I have more matches, a pocket knife. I have a signaling mirror in there, and that's pretty much it. It's just some basic stuff in case I got separated from my bag. This isn't stuff that would really save me in any case, but it's stuff that I'd rather have the basics of. So that covers that. Now, the back of this has Molle webbing. I had it on a pistol belt, and it just didn't sit right. It didn't fit right for me. It does have this shoulder strap here that I prefer, and it also has this carrying handle on the top as well. This is basically like an off-brand Maxpedition Proteus that I'd honestly like to have because I like the waist band that comes with that, but this just doesn't have it. However, I can make do with this. So also I have a little cheapo carabiner on the side here. This isn't something I would trust my life on, or try to hang from a tree or something, but if I did decide to carry a water bottle or found something or fasten something together, I just threw this on here just in case. Now in this pocket here I carry a Sawyer Mini, a Silcock key, and a can opener, just in case, on the way home, if I run into something to eat, I have a way to eat, because I don't normally carry a lot of food on me, per se. Like this goes with me to work, and I live relatively close to work, so I don't necessarily see myself needing to pack food in here. I do, however, plan on getting a couple snack bars or something but I would rather definitely have water stuff in here than food stuff, because you know, water's more important than food in my opinion. So there's my water pocket. On this side here, I have a quick accessible headlamp. That way I could go hands-free rather than having to take up one hand with that pin light or any other light. I'd rather have a headlamp, but I just have that pin light for quick access. Just some, I don't know exactly how many feet this is. I just had this together for a long time, and I just figured I'd throw it in here in case I need to cut something. This one here, this Leatherman, I forget the specific model of this, but I've had it for quite a long time, and it's done its job. Leatherman Kick. I've had this for a long time, and it's going strong, so it's definitely a valuable piece of gear that I'm glad that I have in here. Now for the main, well, the smaller pocket. This contains 2 Suticon wipes. Obviously I have mace here in case I get myself, or if I decide, you know, I want to help somebody else, that if I mace them or they accidentally get sprayed or whatever, you know, it's good to have these on hand. I have a pair of earplugs. Now whether I use these or not, it's a different story, but I'd rather have these, and I see a lot of people have these in their thing and in their EDC, because you never know when you could benefit from blocking out some loud noise, or maybe it'll just help you sleep at night. Heaven forbid you're out somewhere and have to spend the night. I have a waterproof thing here of matches. I have this Benchmade. I forget exactly which knife this is, but this was an expensive gift, and I used the heck out of it, and I trust my life with this knife here. It's definitely something that I'm happy to have in this kit. I have a Strike Force. For those of you who don't know what this is, Strike Force is basically a flint and steel, and it has this little pocket in the back here, right there. This top pulls off, and I fit 2 wet fire cubes in there, and I use this a lot, and definitely a good piece of gear to have. I also have a road flare, in case, you know, not like I said, like we have said, not everything that we have is for the end of the world or an apocalypse or anything like that. This could just be, you know, an emergency on the side of the road. You break down, whatever. It's good to have a signal flare. Or if, worst case scenario, it's wet out or you can't get your fire started, I'd pop this and throw it right in there, and that'd probably fire it right up. I have some migraine, basic migraine medicine, you know, for your headache and stuff. Another extra wet fire cube, and a spoon, and a little MRE spoon to go with that can opener in the event that I am out and about in an emergency situation and find a can of food to eat. And last but not least, in the main compartment here, I have a pair of polarized goggles in case I'm walking down the road or through the brush and want some eye protection. I have a life straw to go with my, I might take this out since I have my Sawyer Mini, but this is what I had in here first, and we just got these Sawyer Minis, and I figured I would throw that Sawyer in here. I have my emergency bivy hammock. I've slept in this countless times. This is my favorite go-to when I'm camping, and granted, you know, you're not always going to have a place to hang a hammock, but I'd rather have a hammock than a tent or you know, something like that. So if I could throw a hammock up, I'm throwing a hammock up. If not, I'll just sleep on the ground if I have to. I have a little miniature, just a little boo-boo kit. There's no tourniquets or quick clot or bullet hole, battle gauze or anything like that in here. Just some band-aids and basic, like, pair of tweezers, toenail clippers, couple little, you know, things like that, little medical scissors. I have an emergency poncho. I have a better quality rain jacket and poncho that I always have usually with me as well, but I just figured I'd throw this in there because you never know. Here's another little bit of band-aids and just a little cheapo Oh, well, oh, there it goes. This is one of those cheapo Walmart LED flashlights. Sometimes you gotta hit them a little bit to get them to work. And also a little tiny Bic lighter. I have 2 glow sticks, one green and one yellow, and some zip ties, because whether you have to zip tie your shelter together or your car bumper or hang something, zip ties are always important to have, and they have a million uses. Alright guys, well that concludes my little basic EDC video. Let me know what you think. Any thing I'm missing or anything I shouldn't have, go ahead and give me your opinions and advice if you please. Comment, let me know. Thanks for watching.